Yesterday I ended with 3 more snap rings. There was somewhere they were going. Looking at the drawing this morning, they were supposed to be in between that cup and this part. It's another spacer actually to make sure that the all these parts are really tight together, so there's no gap and then no plain debris rings. So I'll remove this, pull this out, and add the snap ring. So now what I get is that this shaft is a little bit lower than this part. So when stacking together all the parts, it will make pressure against each part and make sure there's no loose. I lost a few videos where I did some repair. I did put a new plate here because the old plate was really rusted. At some point there was holes, and then to make sure that it's strong enough, I put a new plate there. There's 2 other spots where the rust was almost going through the metal, so I put a new plate there, 1/8 of an inch, and there, that was the worst part. There was some holes there, so you can see there, maybe on the camera you cannot see, but there's still some rust there, damage. I've tried the other belt, seems to be a little bit too long. I don't have the exact specification length for this belt. It's so worn out, there's nothing that you can read on the outer surface. I'm going to put it back just to confirm this one was not too long in the first place too. I have some kind of adjustment that I could play with, but there's some limit to this adjustment. So the previous belt was a A137. I would guess this could be a 133, but I'd like to confirm that this one was also fitting correctly in the first place. This one is way much flimsier than the other. The other was really stiff. I would bet this one is either really worn, or it could be that it's not the same quality maybe. This is why for now I'm doing dry fit. What I mean by dry fit is I could take some grease to put on that bushing, especially there, and then when you have to undo that assembly, then you get all the your hand greasy. That's why I'm doing it dry now. So as you can see, this pulley is wobbling. It's because it was really loose on the shaft. I put some red Loctite or blue Loctite, I don't remember. But actually this is the best I can do for now. There are some replacement bars, but they are like over 300 US. It's quite expensive. I'll try later this summer or this fall to make a new shaft out of this. The shaft could be simple, and then make a new bar inside of the pulley. That's kind of a task that I can do with the new milling I have, but I'm not used to that yet. So for now, I go with it. It's not out of center, it's just wobbling like this. So I think it can make it for this summer. Now there's an issue with the alignment of this one. It seems to be a little bit like this. I have to look. Whoa, that's funny. Oh, why so? Okay. So there must be something wrong with the assembly there. Should not be moving like this. These were the original bolts. It's hexagonal bolts going from under. There's seems to be a reinforcing plate, but actually could not be like a reinforcing plate because it's a 1/8 thick material. Could be to avoid to put some washers, but could also be for carriage bolts like this. They seem to be a little bit too short. Could be perfect if they were a 1/4 inch longer. like this. I keep them loose for now to make sure that I get the proper alignment. This one is not symmetric. Okay, anyways, I have to rely on these holes. And then the cover plate has to fit. You might not see. Yes. Okay. I'm surprised that this bolt is coming out from the cover first, and then that I have to put the nut after the cover. Yeah, maybe it will help to maintain the pivot. Well, This one is loose, this one is loose. It's not going very well now. Yes! That's the proper way to fix a cover. I'm putting a few more screws just to make sure that I have the proper alignment, especially because this one is pulling this way. I don't want to make all the thread and then discover that the cover doesn't match or something like that. That would be bad. Yeah, another one that is loose. I will remove all the bolts to remove the small chips that are stuck in between the cover and the frame. This is the kind of thing that will make rust, and I will not have a proper seating of the plate on the top of the thing. It takes time, but it's better like this. This brush drill seems to be at torque, but actually it's not for torquing bolts, it's actually to limit the torque, let's say, at some specific torque. Let's go to the little torque, no torque. Like if you don't want to over tighten some screw. But actually, even if the noise suggests that there's some torque, it's not going to torque, it's just going to limit the torque. And then at the end, then you're full torque. So I'm going to screw those bolts with limited torque to make sure that I don't over tighten them, and I'll finish with that. As you can see, I could spend all the afternoon doing that without breaking the thread.